Hi everybody, my name is Renee and I am the style editor here at VIVA GLAM magazine. And today I'm going to go over a fun little do-it-yourself tip. Neon is a huge color for this coming spring-summer season. And I don't know about you, but you go into stores, you see all these amazing bracelets, but they're running you like $50 to $75. They're expensive and there's literally nothing to them. So I'm going to show you how you can go to your local fabric store and make an amazing fun bracelet for less than $15. So basically what I started with, this is nylon braided cording. Then what else you want to find is, it's called a shank button. So a shank button means that on the back of the button there's actually like a little hook. It's not like a traditional button that has the 4 holes. And that's important because you want to make sure that the nylon cording is able to slip through the shank button. Again, you can choose any shank button you want. I chose some fun little iridescent gold tone jewel ones. So what we're going to start with, I'm going to make mine a wrap bracelet. You could even make yours a single or however you want to do it. But basically what you do is you wrap it around your wrist however many times you want before you add your first jewel. So I'm going to add my first jewel. I'm going to add one of the smaller ones on there. So you just slip it through the shank button and you can see it goes in there really easily. You pull it all the way through until you get it to about the point that you want. And remember to keep the bracelet a little bit loose because you're not going to wear it super tight. So this is how I want my first one. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to tie a knot on either side so that the shank button stays in place. And actually I should have done that first. I need to take it off. So mark the spot that you had it, tie a little knot, and again this is just so it stays in place, and then secure the knot. You want to pull it really tight, and then we're going to put this back on. All the while I'm trying to hold this with my other hand. Okay, so there's that, and then we're going to knot the other side just so it stays in place. So this is what it should look like when it gets finished. You see, you can barely see the knots, and then the jewel's not going to move, the little button's not going to move. Okay, so that's where I want the first one to be. Then I'm going to wrap it another time or two, and then I want to put the bigger one on now. So I'm going to add the big one. Again, let's set a knot to anchor it. Go ahead and slip the nylon through the back of the shank. And there we go, so that side's in, and then you want to go ahead and tie the knot for the other side so it stays in place. And then we'll put the final button on after that. And make sure you get it nice and tight. Let me take this off so you guys can see, so that doesn't slide around. Basically you want the knots right on either side of the shank button so that it's not sliding around. And also so there we go. Let me go ahead and wrap this again. It's really important that you keep it wrapped and you see where it falls, because otherwise you don't want your bracelet, you don't want the jewel to end up on the underside. So I wrapped it a couple more times. I'm going to add the final button. I'm going to do it on this side again. Knot it. Very important that you make sure that the cording is actually going to fit with the shank button that you get. So you want to test that before you even have them cut the fabric at the fabric store so you don't have to pay for it. And then the final wrap. There we go. This can be a little tricky. It might be a little easier sometimes if you have someone helping you. And then tie the final knot. Again, get it really nice and tight next to the button, and there we go. I'm going to finish wrapping it. I mean, you can cut it shorter. I kind of like the fact that it's, it's wrapping a lot, but you can cut it as short as you want. And there we go. You have a really simple bracelet that looks like you spent a ton of money, and it's under $15.